Hi guys, this is going to be a quick video about how to solve an absolute value equation. It came to my attention that you guys may not have been introduced to this topic, so I'm going to really quickly go through some of the key principles with this. Generally speaking, you need to isolate any absolute value portion on one side of the equation. And then what you're going to do is create two equations. And the reason being is because when you have an absolute value of a number, let's say the absolute value of x equals 3, well, it is possible that x could be 3 or x could be negative 3. So let's take a look and see what I mean by that. So we're going to isolate the absolute values by adding 10 to both sides. So when I do that, I get absolute value of x plus 2 equals 15. So that means this inside the absolute value could be 15. So x plus 2 could equal 15, or x plus 2 could equal negative 15. So that way, when I take the absolute value, I'm assured to get 15. And then in which case you would just simply solve. So you would get x equals 13, or you would now get x equals negative 17. So there's two possibilities that you could get here. And in this case, you are going to add 10 to both sides, and you're going to get 20. And then remember, you're never allowed to distribute into an absolute value. You think of these as like jail cell bars, and no one's ever trying to get into jail. Everyone's trying to get out. So you're going to divide by 2. And then you now have an absolute value equation that is isolated. Remember that this inside is allowed to be a 10 or a negative 10. So really, you just drop the absolute values and then create two equations. And now solve for x. We're going to subtract 5 and then divide by 3, and we get 5/3 as one possibility. Or in this case, we're going to subtract 5. We get negative 15. X is equal to negative 5. So it's okay for a variable to be negative because you're going to end up taking an absolute value at the end.